Good day and welcome to a hatha yoga class, and you'll be pleased to know there's no kneeling, there's no wrist work, so this will be accessible for most people. Just a little caution on the shoulders. We are doing shoulders today, but I will talk you through everything as we go along. So what you will need is a belt or a strap or a towel. So I've just got the yoga one, and I'm actually going to be using the bolsters today, but you can actually do this in a chair as well or sitting on the couch, because we're going to be focusing on shoulders. That's going to be the theme of the class. So I'm going to introduce you to a particular pose first called the hero pose. And I like hero pose because it really does help you to sit up with a nice straight back. And for a lot of people with knee and hip issues, it can be a more accessible position to sit in. So let me introduce you to that. So this bolster is not particularly high, but you could stack a load of cushions or blocks to make it a bit higher. So like if this bolster was what you were going to use, you could put two bolsters there, okay? So it will actually come onto the bolster in that position and then just plonk yourself down. So if you find there's too much on your knees or your ankles, then get more bolsters. You want the bolster to take the bulk of your weight so that you can release the knees and the ankles. So take a moment, get yourself comfortable with that. I'm going to do it for me. And like I said, and the nice thing about this is that hero pose helps you to sit up nice and straight. So for me, it's a really nice position to meditate in, or to just have a few moments of stillness, or anything where I'm working with the spine. It's a nice position if that cross-legged position is not available to you. So let's get started, shall we? So we're starting with eagle arms. And this is actually part of another pose called eagle pose, which includes the legs. But as we are in seated, we're not going to be doing that today. So let's just take the arms out to the side. Let's just warm up a little bit. So from here, take your hands out, take a big breath in. And then as you exhale, just hug your arms in. And then inhale, open up. This time, switch arms. Take the other arm over the top. Now we're going to go diagonal with the arms. So from here, let's take the right hand up and the left hand back. And from here, you're really trying to pull those arms back. Holding it there, breathing in. And then right hand goes over the top, give yourself a hug. This time we're going to switch it. So left hand goes high, right hand goes low. Drop the shoulders and then imagine trying to squeeze those shoulders down the back. Bring the arms in, left hand over the top, give yourself a squeeze. In the middle now, T position, open it up. Right hand over the top. Open it up into a T position again. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. So you might find this little arch in the back. This time, left arm over the top. Opening it up diagonally, left arm at the top, right arm at the bottom. Squeeze it all. Left arm over the top, right over the bottom. This time, right arm goes to the top, left bottom. Right arm over the top. And then just release your hands down towards your legs. So hopefully your shoulders are aching as much as mine. Good. And then just give yourself some shoulder rolls. And just take it into a neck stretch. So you can relax your hands here or on the bolster. Just take the left ear towards the left shoulder. And you really want to drop that right shoulder down. If you want to get more out of this, you can walk your right hand away. So we're just stretching off the neck and the shoulders, getting a little bit of movement into the shoulder blades. We always want to warm up the neck muscles, especially at the back of the neck when we come into some shoulder work. Otherwise, you can get quite stiff the next day. Now take your chin towards your left collarbone. So your gaze is going to be down towards the knee or perhaps under your arm, somewhere around there. So be mindful that you're not dropping your head forward. The spine wants to stay nice and tall, but you're just the chin dropping down. So hopefully you can feel a stretch around the back of the neck, possibly neck, shoulder blade area. Every few breaths, can you take the chin a little closer, reaching that hand a little further away. Sliding your right hand in. This time take the chin to the center of the chest, but keep your spine tall. So imagine you were stood against a wall. The shoulders are against the wall and you're trying to slide the back of your head up the wall. And then gazing up, just have a couple of shoulder rolls. So now we're going to take right ear to right shoulder. And you might notice one side is a little bit more stiff, so just be kind as you work through it. If you want to deepen that a little bit more, you can walk your left hand away. Relaxing both the shoulders. So often you might got one shoulder that wants to climb up either side. Just keep them nice and relaxed. So we're just stretching this area around the neck. It's called the scalenes. And now take the chin towards the collarbone, so your gaze will be towards the knee, under the arm, somewhere around there. I normally say between the nipple and the armpits. So working into the back of the skull on your left-hand side, down the neck, and it kind of goes into the shoulder blade area. Each exhale, try and lengthen the spine and then take the chin closer to the collarbone. Just do deepen that. That's one of the harder muscles. Easier muscle to stretch, but it's a pain in the neck, that muscle, literally. Excuse the unintentional pun. It can cause a lot of headaches and pain, this one. It's called the levator scapula. And then bring your chin back to the center. And in this one in particular, if we don't stretch it and then we do a lot of shoulder work, then the next day, like, you can end up with a stiff neck. And then allow your gaze to come up. So again, just have some shoulder rolls. So bring the hands out to the side. This time we're going to cross the left over the top. And you really want to try and hug your arms as close to your chest as you can. And then we're going to spiral the arms around so that we're in that position. And I'm actually going to turn around for this so you can see me side on. Okay, so now when you come into that position, I've got long arms and I also don't have very big boobs. So I can wrap quite a lot of the arm around. If you've got really big boobs and you've got small arms, you might just need to do back of the hand to back of the hand. It also really doesn't matter. The most important part that we're actually focusing on is around the top part of the arm. So from here, we're just going to start to focus on our breathing and pay attention to how this feels in the shoulder blade area. So you'll probably feel it on the shoulder blade towards the spine, somewhere around there. Keeping that spine nice and tall. And how we deepen this is by lifting the arms slightly. Now really, really pay attention. You don't just want to whack the arms up. You've got a lot of muscles around your shoulder, in the shoulder joint itself. So we want to be very mindful with this particular movement. You can also think of sending the hands further away. I'm just going to hold this. As soon as you feel any discomfort ease, then maybe you can take the hands a little higher. But try not to just take them really high and then you feel pain. So remember, we don't want any pain with this. Discomfort, yes, but not pain. You can close the eyes if you want to. You can keep them open. Just coming back to that breath. I'm just going to take one more breath. On the next inhale, release the arms, take them out to the side, and now take the hands behind the back. Now you can either lock your fingers. I don't particularly like that, it really hurts, I think it's probably menopause or something, it just hurts the joints. So you can hold the fingers there, and then have a little shoulder roll and just hug those shoulder blades together at the back. Now if you can't reach your fingers together, just have your hands there, or you can hold onto a strap behind you. Just a little bit of a counter stretch for those shoulders, and then bring the hands back again. So open up the arms. Now this time we're taking the right arm over the left arm and swing it round. Sitting nice and tall. And you may find one side can go higher, so for me this side feels a little bit easier. And then just find stillness. Remember, your hands can be back to back as well. It doesn't matter if you can't go all the way around. Observe any sensations you can feel around the neck and shoulders. Hold in that position until you feel those sensations soften or decrease, and then perhaps take it a little further. Being very mindful that the shoulder is a delicate part of the body. Every now and again, just do a body scan and just notice if you've started slouching. Remember, we want to keep that spine tall. This is why I like this hero pose, because you naturally want to sit quite tall with this position. If any discomfort is reduced, maybe just focus on lifting the arms slightly again. You might feel this right into the back of the head. Coming back into that levator scapular muscle again. A couple of more breaths. Your next inhale, releasing the arms and gently take them to the back again. And then release your hands down. So again, just have a couple of shoulder rolls. Just do whatever your body feels like doing. So that was eagle arms. We're now going to come into cow face arms. So again, this is normally part of a leg position as well, but we're not doing the legs today. You'll probably recognize this if you've ever done any kind of fitness training. So we will have a strap. So if you just pop your strap onto your right-hand side. This one I'm going to be jumping around a lot so that you can see the front and the back. So I'm actually just going to face you to start with. So stay in your hero pose. I'm just going to be like this because it's easier for me to wiggle around. So the strap is on your right-hand side. Okay. Take your right hand up towards the ceiling and hold it there. Take your left hand out to the side. So your palm is facing the back. So we are internally rotating that arm. So your thumb is pointing downwards now. From here, you're going to take that hand into the small of your back. Okay? So I'm going to turn around now. So the right hand is up to the ceiling, left hand into the small of your back. Now take your right hand and give yourself a pat on the back. And if you can, you're going to hold. Okay, so if you find that you can't, then start again, but this time we're going to use the strap. So you lift your hand, you have the strap in the hand. I've just hooked it over the thumb. The left hand, you take it out to the side, you bring it into your back, grab hold of the strap, and then lower the back top hand. Let the strap just glide through the bottom hand, and then wherever you get to, you're just going to hold the strap there. Okay? I'm going to turn around again. Told you I'm going to be jumping around. So, from here, when you're in that position, you're trying not to hunch or force yourself. Again, be gentle with your shoulders with this. It can be quite intense. So the head wants to be up, and you're trying to get your shoulder, your elbow up towards the ceiling. You also don't want to be forcing the internal rotation of the shoulder bone. Okay, you want to be nice and gentle with the shoulder bone, otherwise you will feel pain in the shoulder, and we don't want to do that. And then you can just slowly walk your hands closer together when you feel like it's stretched off a little bit. For me personally, I just prefer to keep this hand quite low. I think we have naturally too much internal rotation because of the way we sit, computers and all of that. So for me, my main focus is the top arm, really trying to open up the space under the armpit towards the ceiling. So you can even just take that left hand, which is what I like to do sometimes, and just hold it there rather than have that arm in that position. But entirely up to you. Just remember, no pain. We don't want to force this position. If you find that you're hunching over, you are pushing too hard. So lift your heart, lift your head, kind of get your head to push that arm back. So you're trying to get that arm up there rather than down there or over there. So we'll settle into this position. Just take another 3 breaths. Relax your right shoulder. So just check that that shoulder's not climbing up towards the ear. Last one. Releasing the strap. You can bring that strap down, and then again, just take a moment, have some shoulder rolls. And what you'll often find is with this particular one side will be will be a lot more flexible than the other side. There's usually quite a big difference with these ones. So you can try without your strap first if you want to. So lifting the left hand up to the ceiling, right hand, palm facing the back. Slide the palm into the back of the hand into the lower back, and then drop that top arm down. So for me, this side is my tighter side. My hands are nowhere near each other. So switch the belt onto the other side, or your towel sitting on it. Top hand goes up. Taking your right hand out, slide it into your lower back, grab your strap, and then just lower the arms towards each other. And holding it there. Lift your head and your chin. Spine is nice and tall. Elbow is aiming up to the ceiling. So you can use the head to push back gently. So you might notice on my other side, can you see the difference? One goes quite high, this one doesn't go as far. And it's quite normal to have these differences. But just be mindful that you're really not trying to force your body to do something that it doesn't want to do. Especially as we get older, the elasticity in the joints is not as good as it was when we were younger. So we want to be a little bit more careful. At the end of the day, my golden rule is, can you feel it? Does it feel like you're getting a stretch? And if the answer is yes, then you are achieving what the aim is. Another breath. And then gently release. Take the strap down. And then just give your shoulders a little circle. Falling off the bolster, good. So inhale, arms out to the side, and just give yourself a big cuddle. Inhale, arms out, switch arms. And then from here, just take your hands behind your neck and just give yourself a little neck massage. And your shoulders. Like I said, especially when we work with levator scapula, can get quite stiff, so give yourself some love. Good. And then breathe in, take the hands up to the ceiling, nice big breath in. And then bring your hands down to your heart space. And from my heart to yours, thanks for practicing. Take care.